let me say out of 100%, 80% of, whenever your spouse calls, you must answer. And you have no choice. This is a duty that no one does for you. Going to be with nature today, walking to my location. You can see I am making this video not in the comfort of my house anymore. I am outside in the park. You can see the environment. You can see it is so good, and I feel so happy to be in the midst of nature to make this video. For those of you that will be seeing this video for the first time, my name is Ogoo's Reality, a Nigerian mom living in France. You all must have heard of heat wave around various places in Europe, most especially France. Many people lost their lives during this period, but we are happy that it is gradually fading away, and we thank God to be counted worthy to see today. Today I will be talking to you about 10 good things no one told me about life. Number one on my list is no one told me to enjoy the warmth, the protection, the care, and all the love and everything being given to me as a child, that as soon as you get matured and jump into this adulthood, you are on your own. No one cares about you anymore. The massive love, the warmth, the checking up on you as a child is all gone, and you will be on your own. Take responsibility of everything you do and take your own decisions. Figure out and navigate through life alone. No one told me this about life. Number two on my list, then no one told me that when you start to grow your family, make sure that put them first before your own very self. Consider your spouse. If it is good, share your thoughts with him, and also in some point put your children into consideration. The time for their school, whether they will be in school or not, how you're going to juggle around the activities of that day, you must always put them in consideration before any single decision. No one told me this about life, but I discovered it myself. Number three on my list is no one told me that I cannot be able to nap or sleep whenever I wish to without shouting, scolding the kids to keep quiet. When you want to nap during the afternoon, it is way difficult to compare with when you were single. Now you have to shout and make sure they are calm in their room. Make sure that they give you that silence for you to be able to sleep. Make sure that there is no noise around you. You must make sure that they are calm. They must be calm and settled before you can be able to nap, most especially during the afternoon. But in the evening, it is a little more easier because everyone has gone to bed, everyone is sleeping, so everywhere is quiet, so they have that high tendency of sleeping very well at night and very easily. Moms here, hello, I hope you can relate. And number four on my list is no one told me about the matrimonial duties. Most especially African parents, they are so secretive about this matrimonial things, talking to their children about it. But I think it's high time the parents start to talk to their kids about this before getting married. No one actually told me that 80% of, let me say out of 100%, 80% of whenever your spouse calls, you must answer for that duty. I am very, very sure that we might not be able to do that all the time, but at least 80%. And if you're not able to do it, maybe physically or psychologically down, you must be able to, make it up for him. And you have no choice. This is a duty that no one does for you. This is a duty that you don't need to beg anyone to do on your behalf. You must do that. You must grant that request. It is exceptional when you are down physically or you're sick or something. I think your spouse can, bear with you at that moment and understand. But most times, you might not even be in the mood, but you just have to do what you get to do so that the blame will not be of you. This is, I hear some flimsy excuses that does not even make sense to me, where people talk about because you're not giving it to me, so I went out to get it, this, that. No, I do not support that, and there is no room, there is no justification for this kind of rubbish. If you want to do something outside, you sincerely want to do that, not because your spouse was not available, not because that she didn't give it to you, that is why you did it. No, up your mind to do this and you did that. So own up to your nonsense, own up to your responsibility, and stop looking for excuses and loopholes so as to hide yourself that this is the reason why you did what you did. No, be this sort of person that says to my spouse, if you hear that I did this or I did that, just know that I did it with my clear eyes. There is no devil influence anywhere. There is no excuses. I did it because I want to do it. Number 5 on my list is, no one told me that in abroad it is a totally different ball game. Where I come from, we are not conscious of time about anything. You can just decide or make up your mind to do one or two things that you need to do at your will anytime you want to do it. But no one told me that coming to abroad, everything is so systemized and programmed down to the time for your rendezvous, appointment, the time for your public transport, and even down to Bolt or Uber if you want to order for your ride. Everything is well programmed and you must work with time. And when the time for your train clocks, when the time for your buses clocks, no one waits for anybody. It starts to move, whether you're prepared or not, whether you've entered or not, whether it is just one person in the public transport, it must move at that particular time. No one told me about this. Coming from Nigeria, it is a totally different and a strange world here, that everything you have to do revolves around time. Anything, every single thing, from morning till night, even getting the keys from the school, preparing your lunch, preparing your dinner, everything revolves around time. You must have time for this, time for that, and you'll be, trying to make up to all these different times for your different activities in the day. We are used to African time. There is what they call African time in Nigeria. If you're from Nigeria or from Africa, I don't know if other countries, use this slang also. African time is that we don't keep to timing. We are always behind time. We're always late to events. There's this kind of thing they call African time. If you fix your event or your occasion, like 10 o'clock in the morning, you will see people starting to come in by 12:31. It is very, very ridiculous and we are so used to it. But here in abroad, there is nothing like that. It does not exist, because if you try that here, you will be behind every of your plans or your dreams or anything you are chasing in this country. Here, time controls you. Time controls everything involving your life. Then number 6 on my list is, no one ever told me that as a mother, you must be a parrot. This sounds very, very funny, but this is 100% true. I hope the mothers in the house can relate to this very well. Can you relate? Tell me in the comment section how you correct, scold, shout on top of your voice. Make sure that your kids do the right thing. It's not easy as a mom, and this is something very instinctive, and that nobody talks to somebody about it. Nobody coaches you about it before you go into marriage or into having kids. Nobody prepared you for this. These are the things that you see by yourself and quickly adapt to them. Kid or your child messes up, you have to pinpoint that messing up to make sure that the kids understand that this thing that he or she did, it is not good. You will correct. You will, no matter how repeatedly she or he tries to do that, you must be pinpointing it and correcting it as much as they do that thing until they stop the wrongdoing totally. You must be correcting, you must be scolding, and sometimes even attach a punishment next time it happens. You attach a punishment just to make sure that you train or you bring up a well-raised child, a well-behaved child. So not what we take for granted in parenting and raising our children, because if you don't consider this, or if you take this for granted, in the future your child will be affected by one bad behavior or the other. So these are the things that we always face as moms. Then mothers, this is what every mother, every wife does every day. Everyone can relate to this, and tell me your experience in the comment section, because I'll be waiting for you to share your experience with me. Nobody will run away from this. If you're just woman, you must face this. If you've married long ago and have kids, your own is even the worst. So this is number 7. No one told me that you have to think and plan the meals that your family take every single day. Who can relate to this? I am very, very sure that everyone can relate to this. You must have to plan for your meals. Sometimes you just take like 10 minutes to think about the meals of the day. What are they going to have in the morning? What are they going to have in the afternoon? What are you going to prepare for dinner? Mothers, wives, you are doing a lot of work, and I applaud all of us for this, because it is not easy. I've seen one video where a woman was complaining of running out of thoughts, running out of meal plans. She was literally begging people to contribute, to suggest how she can navigate, about thinking of the meal for the family each day. It is not really easy, and I know quite well that we as wife and mothers, we are doing a great job on this. And this is a job that no one can do for you. This is a job sometimes your husband is not even around, to chip in one or two things, meal ideas to you. But I think my husband have done that a couple of times, where I was facing a serious headache, and I was like, Bonnie, can you help me and think, please, what am I going to prepare today? What am I going to prepare? But can you help me to do this thinking? Because I was not physically okay that period. And of course, he came through, and his ideas and suggestions was top notch. And I appreciated him for that. He literally told me everything. He thought about it. I came out with 3 square meal of that day. He told me what we're going to have in the morning, told me what we're going to have that afternoon, and also told me what we are going to have at night. He even went further to tell me that I should not be thinking so much about this. Is I should not let it bother me. That once I run out of ideas and I don't want to stress my head, I should just talk to him about it, that he will figure things out. And that made my thinking and my family burden a lot easier. So I appreciate you for that. If you're watching, honey, thank you. You're one of a kind. Number 8 on my list is no one ever told me that when you have gotten married, that you have to, find a way of making sure that these three things or four things, these 3 or 4 things I'm going to say now, happens in your family. Whether you're sick, you're not physically strong, whether you're, having some psychological breakdown, you must do these things. Number one, taking care of your kids, making sure your spouse is okay, going to work and coming back to enter the kitchen to prepare a meal for the family. Then also, and most importantly, being spiritually alert for the family. You all can agree with me that, irrespective of what you believe in, whether you believe in nature, whether you're a pagan, whether you don't believe in God, whether you're a Muslim, whether you believe in God, whether you're a Hindu or whatever you believe in, there is that consciousness of a spirituality that you carry or you have, you know, most especially when you have a family. You need to, be spiritually alert and conscious about protecting your family, your kids, your spouse. When they go out, you are always there. When they go out or they want to travel, or make some kind of move or start some kind of business or whatnot, you must be spiritually involved on that part of their life. We mothers can also relate that we who believe in God, I proudly believe in God and I put God first in everything I do or everything my husband does or my kids, and we go to the essence of even committing our children into God's hands before they go to school, because right there in the school you don't know the family that other children are coming from. You don't know what they carry, you don't know the spirit behind them, you don't know how they do their things, and I am very, very happy that I don't need to worry about some initiation into different secret groups or secret court or whatever that goes on in Nigeria where I come from. I heard some parents complain about their children getting initiated in school because they went to school and some kinds of friends, convinced their children into being initiated in one secret group or secret society, all these little hidden things that they do in secondary school, most especially. But here in France, we don't need to worry about that. But that does not also mean that you not be spiritually alert where your kids are, because we don't know what is really going on in the world of today. There are so many ups and downs, so many bad lifestyles that your children see, so many things that is not so good that they will be trying to pick up from school. I know that as mothers, you have to correct, chastise, school, talk to them about some certain things, and we will not ignore the fact that you have to be spiritually conscious too. You have to be spiritually alert, because the world is literally turning upside down these days. We don't know what to expect. We don't know what we are. When you see some children behave, you will be thinking in your head, you'll be like, what is really going on? I can just imagine the kind of scenario, the kind of background that this child is coming from. So rousy, behaves anyhow. And I even heard that some of the grown-up kids in this country challenge their parents. Their parents will talk to them to do things for them. They will be like, Mom, I am not doing this thing. You have your 2 hands. Can you go and do it yourself, please? Like really? Like seriously? You dare not try this in Africa. You go buy that day. You dare not try this. Who gives you the right that when your mother talks or when your father talks, you challenge them? You don't even have the mouth to say your opinion. You don't even have the mouth to share your opinion. or suggestion? Who give you that right? Where is the authority coming from? Talk more of them sending you message and you'll be like, you're not doing it, that they have both hands. Now that day you go buy, nothing you want them, you go buy that day. The children of these days, this Gen Z generation, most especially, we are seeing plenty of that behavior, and I'm not so happy about that. But do what works for you in your family. But as for my kids, there is a limit to everything. We don't behave anyhow. If you do anyhow, you go collect, and you go collect with. So no nonsense for my house. This is number 9 on my list. No one ever told me that the busier your day becomes, the more activities and the more things you have to do in a day, the faster your time goes, the faster the clock ticks. No one told me this, but I personally observed this. And one day I was like asking my husband, honey, why is it that the more things I have to do in a day or in a year, maybe you plan on achieving things, on doing this and doing that, you will see the time, it will be as if the time is going faster. The time is running against you. You're not meeting up, and you have a whole lot of things to do. But the day you will have less things to do, or the day you'll be idle, relaxing at home, or not doing anything at all, you notice that the clock is crawling, gradually going. But when you have so many things to do, you will observe that the time goes way faster. That you'll be like, you'll be like, can this time go backward a little bit? Can it be delayed a little bit so that you can be able to achieve everything you want to achieve that day? But no, it continues to run as fast as possible. While you, with your activities and your well mapped out, program for the day, chase the time and make sure that it fits on every single thing that you need to do for that day. Have you noticed this? Tell me in the comment section if you have experienced this, or if you have observed this particular thing I'm talking about, because I'm sure many of you would have observed it too. So guys, the last on my list is very, very important, and every single person watching this video can relate to this. That is, no one ever told me that not everyone who smiles at you wishes you the best. Yes, I've really experienced a lot of things while growing up. That time I I have not learned so much about life. I was so naive, and I used to think that everyone who smiles at you, everyone who were your friends during the college days, that they wish the best for you, they want the best, they always look out for you, they always want the best, because that was my heart, that was how I feel about them. But what about them? Did they feel the same towards me? That was the questions I was not asking myself, because I was so naive. I was used to, this kind of closure lifestyle. I was not exposed in any way. So I used to feel that how I feel about people, how I feel about my friends or my classmates, that is the same way they feel about me, until I begin to experience some things, until I begin to, learn it, and learn it the hard way. Like very dark man we always say, you will learn, and you will learn the hard way. So with all those experiences and getting to know my husband too, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. I can remember very well when my husband started talking to me about life, when my husband started teaching me things about life. It would be like, you don't really know this world, you have not experienced anything, so you are so ignorant of all these things, that even your friends, even down to your family, not everyone in your family or among your cousins are genuinely happy with you or your success or where you are today. And I'll be doubting it. I'll be like, you are not serious right now. Even the person, even the people who I am related to by blood, that they are not really happy with me? How can? Because these are the things I cannot even, in my dream or my widest imagination, I cannot feel like this about people, most especially my own, my blood, my relatives, my extended relatives. I cannot even imagine it. For my enemies, I cannot even imagine. I've not sat down one day to think evil or to start to think about how I'm going to show wickedness or how I'm going to deal with this person or how I'm going to do. No, 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 no. I've never had such thoughts in my mind. Yes, we do get angry at some situations. We do get angry at some people at various, points of our life. But after that anger and everything will just pass, and you just free your mind and life goes on. But I've not, really sat down to be planning or thinking of how I'm going to do it over my dead body. No, that will not happen. This is not me. But I am so surprised to, to know this. I am so surprised to know that people, some people bring out their precious time and just sit down, discuss somebody, talk down on that person, talk down on that person, discuss the person, plan evil against somebody, plan things that is not good, things that if it is being done to you, you will frown and sit, you will not like it. But people will just bring out the time to talk down about somebody, discuss somebody in a negative way, tell things, tell lies against someone just to get some kind of favor from people or whatnot. I don't really understand that very well, but adulthood has shown me, has made me experience this too, and also convinced me that things such as this happen, and it happens every time, it happens everywhere. And I'm very, very sure you can relate to this. Can you please share your opinion with me in the comment section? I want to hear your own experience. I want to see what you're going to say about this. If you have watched to the end of this video, I truly appreciate you and I don't take you for granted. If you love what you see today, do well to subscribe to my channel. Save this video because you might need it one day. If someone had told me all of these things I discussed today earlier, at least I would have gotten myself prepared before joining this adulthood. I would have gotten myself so prepared to face this reality of life, and I would have made different choices. But what can we do? We are here, no going back. We have made our decisions, and we thank God that our decisions today are not so bad. We might not be where exactly we plan to be today, but we are hopeful and grateful for the steps we have taken so far, because a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So one step at a time. I have all the whole money in the world today. I might not have everything I dreamed of and everything I planned for myself. I might not have gotten to the point where I want myself to be in years to come yet, but I still thank God. I'm fulfilled and contented with where I am currently. So guys, what do you think about this? If someone had told you all these things earlier, what could have been your choice? Would you have made all the choices you have made in the past? Would you have prepared very, very well and get yourself psychologically, mentally ready? Because people will mess with you. Families will mess with you. Even strangers will mess with you. You must have, I think if you have known some of these things, it would have changed your mindset or get you at least prepared to face the world at large. So this is me saying a very big thank you for sticking to watch this video. This is still your main baby of God's reality. See you on my next video. Bye bye.